Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking the skincare brands that cancelled themselves in 2021. Yes, you heard that right. These are the brands that through their own actions and their disregard for consumers managed to actually cancel themselves this year. This is part of the review of Skincare 2021 series which I'm performing on this channel. I'm going to leave a link to that playlist up there. Definitely worth checking out if you want to know some of the ding holy grail products from 2021 and some of the total fails and a little everything in between. Definitely worth checking out. But in today's video, we're actually focusing down on those brands that through their own actions have destroyed their own brand, their products, and their reputation. So sit back, relax, and let's talk the skincare brands cancelled in 2021. Now, before we get into this, the usual caveats apply. These are all my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I would love to know what yours are. So make sure you sound off in the comment section below. Let me know if you disagree with me or agree with me totally on any of the things I've mentioned in today's video. And of course, throw in any other brands that you think are worthy of a mention in this video. Just promise me that whilst you're down there, you'll give this video a big thumbs up and a like, because honestly, it supports me and the channel so much, and I would love you forever. Now, in true Mad About Skin style, shall we cut the waffle and delve straight on in? And I want to first talk about First Aid Beauty. Now, I know this will have been on the tips of the tongue for a lot of people because I think they have the biggest downfall of 2021 award absolutely sewn up. They were a huge brand coming into this year. They had so many cult followers, people that said that their products, which were specifically targeted towards dry and sensitive skin types, were honestly holy grails. They calm everything down, hydrate you to the gods, and they just worked really well for quite an affordable price point. However, the brand decided, for reasons known only to them at the start of this year, to do a whole reformulation. They took out a lot of the really great efficacious ingredients in their products and replaced them with cheaper alternatives. They didn't tell anybody this was happening, and suddenly people started saying the products that they've used for years just weren't working as well on their skin. Now, I'm not surprised that people notice this, because anyone that's suffering with redness or sensitivity prone skin knows that even the smallest tweak can issue a flare-up, so you're really attuned to what's happening with your skin and the products that you use. The brand then admitted that they had done this reformulation, and it just left everyone feeling cold. A lot of their holy grail products no longer work even half as well as they used to, and you can see that the sales have just gone down the pan as people really were looking for products to actually deliver. This is definitely a case of trying to make more profit by using cheaper ingredients, backfiring spectacularly, because honestly, I think we're all a bit more educated in terms of the skincare that we use, the ingredients we look for, and more in tune with our own skin. So we could spot this shady business practice a mile off, and people just said, this isn't a brand that I want to invest in and invest my hard-earned coin in anymore. Also, the products aren't working for me, so why should I buy them anyway? I think a big props should go to people like Sarah over at No BS Beauty, who I absolutely adore, and other content creators here on YouTube that really called this out and alerted people to this. Because although there were a lot of us out there baffled that these products that we'd used successfully for years were no longer working for us. So First Aid Beauty win hands down the award for actually destroying their own reputation just for that sheer pursuit of greed and trying to reduce the cost of their products to make that extra coin. It didn't work, and now the brand is left in tatters, and honestly, I find it really difficult to feel sorry for them because it was kind of all of their own making. When we keep with the reformulations, I think one brand that maybe isn't cancelled, cancelled might be such a strong word because I know a lot of people do really like them, but it's certainly cancelled for a lot of people that again no longer find that their products work, and that's Cerave. Now, I actually did a review of Cerave, kind of looking at their new reformulated products, which I'll leave a link to up there. Definitely worth checking out if you're a Cerave fangirl and want to kind of know what the reformulation is all about. Check that out. But this is another case, not necessarily profit driven like First Aid Beauty, so I don't think it's as bad as that. But this is a brand that decided to reformulate what were cult holy grail products for so many. They removed the parabens out of all of their product range, which some people enjoyed, but also the other preservatives they replaced them with have caused sensitivity and irritation in some people's skin. They also dialed up the rate of niacinamide in a lot of their products, which again isn't an issue for everybody, but a lot of people that are sensitive to that ingredient have found that their products now burn, they sting, and they have a really unpleasant feel to the skin when they apply it. This obviously has turned a lot of people off, so a lot of the previous ride or die fangirls for Cerave have said, actually, the brand isn't what it used to be, and I don't find that the products work in the same way that they did. There's a whole suite of people that honestly won't have even noticed this reformulation happened, because if you're not sensitive to any of these ingredients, honestly, it will probably have passed you by. But if you're sat there thinking, yeah, you know what, my Cerave moisturizing lotion or hydrating cleanser used to work really well, but now it does dry me out a little bit more. Maybe it stings, it burns a little when I first use it. It could be as a result of the increased rate of niacinamide in any of these products, or also the changes to the preservative preservatives that are used. Whilst this isn't a total cancel for the year, it's definitely a brand which I think is coming under more scrutiny because of its popularity, and a lot of people are saying, you know what, actually there's other alternatives out there that don't burn my skin, and it's a shame because I used to love Cerave. Now, in at number 3 is Herbivore. Now, I think, again, similar to First Aid Beauty, a lot of people will have heard about the Herbivore bakuchiol scandal. And I don't think they actually cancelled themselves by the bakuchiol scandal itself. It was their response to it that I think left everyone feeling, no, this isn't a brand I want to invest in. So Herbivore had their best-selling super hype bakuchiol serum. Bakuchiol is a really great, gentle alternative to retinoids, which can give some of the great anti-aging benefits you see without the redness, the peeling, the irritation. I love, love, love including bakuchiol in as an ingredient in my skincare routine, and I get great results. I tried the Herbivore product and actually I really liked it. However, along came some people doing third-party independent testing and found it actually contained 0 bakuchiol. Now, I think this is like a 101. Like, this is like the worst thing that a brand can do. If you're advertising something as containing something, as a bare minimum, it needs to contain that product. It wasn't that they'd maybe missed the mark with the percentages, it just was non-existent. Of course, a lot of people were really angry with Herbivore, and their response was just dead silent. They literally said nothing for months, and then they came out with a statement saying, actually, we dispute what the third-party tests are showing, and okay, we didn't actually use a bakuchiol, but we used a derivative that's very similar. No. One hand, you can't be saying, I think these tests are lying and they're wrong, and then say, but actually we weren't using bakuchiol at all, so kind of their findings were accurate. It just left everyone feeling totally, totally cold towards the brand, myself included. And when you're asking for such a high price point, which is what Herbivore do, really you expect the brand to be squeaky, clean, and really be putting us, the consumer, first. This was just the worst example of how to respond to a scandal. No refunds issued. If you did want one, you had to really fight for it. And the whole thing was just a bit meh. They've rebranded the bakuchiol serum. It's still out there with different name in different territories, and they've rebranded the whole thing. But I think this is a great example of how the response to a scandal can really determine the longevity of a brand. Because if you think you don't hear anyone talking about Herbivore online, here on YouTube, over on Instagram anymore, everyone just seems to have passed it by. And a great example of a brand that managed to actually cancel themselves. Now, in at number 4 is Kind Science Skincare. This is actually the new skincare line by Ellen DeGeneres, which really managed to cancel itself before it was even launched, which I think deserves a special award because that's quite difficult to do. So Ellen has said on one of her various channels that she has launched her own skincare brand that she's been working on for 3 years. Now, this is a reasonable time frame. I know from creating my own line how long it actually takes to bring forward products to market. So she's been working on this tirelessly for 3 years, and she's finally able to launch the Kind Science skincare range. We don't know a whole lot about what the range will include, the price point, the ingredients, any of that, because that's yet to actually be disclosed. One thing we do know is that there's already been a huge backlash. First and foremost, because the claims which the brand were making around being kind were really, let's be honest, just a load of old marketing. So they say that they're kind to the environment and they'll use recyclable packaging where possible. Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the minimum you should be doing as a brand. Like, honestly, like, most cardboard is recyclable. So as a bare minimum, most brands are already offering that. This isn't really being kind. This is just doing the bare minimum that consumers expect. So people kind of laughed at that and thought, really? That is your unique selling point for this brand? That's pretty poor. And also we're saying, you know, this is someone whose talk show has been cancelled itself for the toxic workplace environment, and you're calling it kind and saying we should all be kinder to people. I mean, really, she was laughed out of the studio for this, and everyone was just planning to say, I don't think the name was just very ill-conceived. I don't know, maybe they were thinking of this like 2 years ago and it's been a big journey before everything hit, but how could someone who has been cancelled herself for the toxic work environment that she allowed to continue on her own show come out with a kind skincare line that, let's be honest, is just recycled packaging, not groundbreaking. And I think this is the case, again, a special award for managing to cancel yourself before you've actually launched the product, which is a big achievement. And then finally, fifth and final, comes to Keep Cool and Soothe. Now, do you remember those? They were around like 2 years ago. They were like a bubbling under, kind of getting a little bit more popular Korean skincare brand. A lot of people really liked their bamboo sun essence. People really liked, they had a toner, they had a really nice serum. I think in terms of the products themselves, they were actually really good. The bamboo was hydrating, it was calming, it was soothing, it felt really nice on the skin. However, they fell foul of the Korean SPF testing scandal, where a lot of the products out of Korea, the sunscreens out of Korea, were found to be offering SPF protection below what was stated by the brand. In terms of the Keep Cool and Soothe, they denied all knowledge of this. They said no. Any tests that have been done on this are wrong. We are absolutely confident in our product. Cut to like 3 weeks later, it came out and it was offering a protection of between 9 and 18 in terms of its SPF, like mind-blowingly bad. They then decided to threaten a lot of content creators here on YouTube and Instagram that called this out and said, this isn't good. This brand, no, this isn't good. They then threatened them with legal action. Not great. And also, honestly, just can't take place. So it was all a little bit pointless, and everyone kind of thought, yeah, this isn't really the best brand going. And hey presto, at the end of 2021, do you ever hear anybody talk about Keep Cool and Soothe anymore? They've gone to being like the product that was on everyone's lips when we were talking Korean skincare to just like an afterthought that usually if it is mentioned, it's in a negative way relating to the way they dealt with this, rather than anything positive about the brand and the products themselves. This is a great example, once again, similar to the Herbivore one, of how you manage to cancel yourself as a brand by just not doing the right thing up front. And hopefully Keep Cool and Soothe and Herbivore will be a lesson to all brands out there that even if you do find yourself in the middle of a scandal, it's not the end of the world. It's never too late to do the right thing. And in these cases, they were just so far removed from the right thing. I kind of find it really difficult to feel sad that they're no longer really talked about, and we'll probably be seeing the demise in the near future. I, of course, would love. These are just my thoughts, feelings, and ramblings as we kind of wrap up 2021. There are so many other brands I probably could have included in this video, so if you've got any, make sure you sound off in the comments section below. Whilst, I'm not a fan of the whole cancel culture thing, calling people out, I do think, as consumers, we have to call out shady behaviour when we see it. We should be expecting the best from our skincare brands. And I think, sometimes when a brand does the wrong thing, they treat our consumers with disrespect, honestly, they deserve to fall flat on their face. And this is the case with a lot of these brands. Of course, this is all subjective. In the terms of like the Cerave with their reformulation, some people actually might notice zero difference at all. It might only actually be cancelled in the minds of those that are sensitive to the reformulated ingredients. So it's always worth bearing that in mind and obviously using your own subjective judgment when it comes to any of these brands or products that I've mentioned. Sound off in the comments section below with any of your thoughts and feelings, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.